What if I told you that the Trump administration is gaslighting conservative Christians on the issue of abortion? Hey, I'm political scientist and strategist Sam Chen, and today we're looking at comments from Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche to the conservative Christian group Intercessors for America. Blanche is facing an uncertain Senate confirmation vote later this week, and so earlier in the week, he joined Intercessors for America. And on that call, he lamented the fact that the Trump administration's efforts to restrict abortion are, quote, taking longer than we want. But he reassured the callers that the Justice Department and the White House and different federal health agencies are working tirelessly, quote, so that the Dobbs decision becomes permanent in every single state. And if you're pro-life and you hear this, you think this is fantastic. How is he gaslighting us? Because Blanche is banking on the ignorance of his audience with regards to the law and the United States Supreme Court. The reality is that the Dobbs decision is already reality in every state across America. That's how Supreme Court decisions work. When the Supreme Court rules, it's not an a la carte menu that states choose if they want to opt into the ruling or not. When the court rules, the ruling applies across the country, all 50 states. And so maybe you're wondering, well then, how come some states have restrictions on abortion and some states have full access? Isn't this what Blanche is getting at? This is exactly what Blanche is getting at. But the Dobbs decision did not ban or restrict abortion federally. It simply left it to the legislative branch. Federal, state, or local legislators are allowed to take up the abortion issue, whether to restrict it, to expand access. That's up to the legislative branch. Essentially, the Supreme Court said that abortion is a legislative issue, a statutory issue. And so when we see that some states have moved to restrict it and other states have increased access, that's actually the Dobbs decision working the way it's supposed to, not states ignoring the Dobbs decision, as Blanche seems to imply. Lastly, what's interesting on the policy front is that Blanche's view is not the view of the Trump administration or the Republican National Committee. The official position of the Trump administration and their RNC as adopted in the 2024 Republican National Convention is that they're opposed to any federal restriction on abortion. This was changed to align with the president's personal views on the question. In fact, in the most recent Supreme Court case where several states have sued over the abortion drug, the Trump administration did not defend the FDA. The FDA is a part of the executive branch, and the administration's job is to defend their branch. And yet when they got sued over regulation of this abortion drug, the Trump administration chose not to defend their own agency. And so not only is Blanche banking on the ignorance of his audience with regards to the law and the Supreme Court, he's also banking on their ignorance with regards to the Trump administration's position on abortion. This will go on until conservative Christians wise up to the gaslighting. Because as long as it works, political parties will keep doing it if it keeps them in power.